Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. So do you think it's okay to transition children?
Yeah.
To Christianity?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. So do you think it's okay to transition children?
Yeah.
To Christianity?
No.
Year 1910, Black Americans owned about 15 million acres of land, mostly farmland. That's equivalent to Black people owning the entire state of West Virginia. But by 1997, Black land ownership was decimated, down to just 1.1 million acres of land, essentially the size of Rhode Island. So the question is, what happened? It was stolen. You see, over that 90-year period, white people developed multiple ways to take Black-owned land. They used tools like tax laws, fraudulent contracts, and the Torrens Act. But they also used state-sanctioned violence. It's not enough to frame these events as the actions of a few bad actors. Because those bad actors were fully enabled by local, state, and federal government officials, they were allowed to get away with it, and in some cases were encouraged by the federal government to take Black-owned land through programs like urban renewal. According to a study by the American Bar Association, a conservative estimate of the cumulative value of the land and property stolen from Black people totals somewhere around $326 billion. If that represented the GDP of a country, that country's economy would rank 41st in the entire world, ahead of Finland, New Zealand, and South Africa. Year 1910, Black Americans owned about 15 million acres of land.
In 2021, Bill Gates said all rich countries should move to 100% synthetic beef. Well, he just got one step closer to that utopian dream. On June 21st, 2023, the USDA gave the first ever approval to two tech food startups, Upside Foods and Good Meat, to sell test tube chicken. It's actually cultivated in steel tanks, but you get the idea. Franken chicken sandwich, anyone? Live chicken cells are nourished in a broth of nutrients, and they do what stem cells do and create progeny all over the place. And then the masses of lab-grown chicken muscle are then shaped into familiar cutlets, boneless no doubt, and sold retail. At least one of the companies is using genetic engineering to promote continuous growth of the cells. It's a little worrying that the proprietary processes used will not be likely open to scrutiny. With the mainstream media fawning all over them, they enthusiastically claim lab-grown meat will bring an end to the high environmental impact of the present meat industry. And then UC Davis Research rained on their parade. They reported the impact of lab-grown meat is likely to be orders of magnitude higher than the real thing. Lots of consumers are apparently averse to their chicken having a steel vat for a mother. But not to worry, the USDA gave the industry $10 million of your money to address consumer acceptance. Now, I'm just wondering, should we be genetically modifying meat of animals that took hundreds of thousands of years to develop into a favorite menu item? Is it just me, or is that arrogance that's likely to end in tears?
Very controversial new Whole Foods in Washington, D.C. You have to scan to check in. You have to scan to check out. You have to scan to leave the checkout. And then you have to scan to leave the store. Very controversial.
Psalms 10, verse 2, and it reads, "The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken into the devices that they have imagined, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakak Wadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who ruled well and taught me this truth. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect of Israel scattered abroad, and to the speckled bird. I like to say Shalom." Yeah, man, just in that spirit, man, this morning, we just ready to get out of here, man. Because this devil, he ain't gonna stop. He ain't gonna stop, man. He ain't gonna stop, bro. Now that word persecute in the Greek, doeth persecute, Strong's 1814, right?
Strong's H, 1814. Dalak.
Dalakt. It says to burn, hotly pursue. Okay? This devil, man, he been doing all types of stuff to us, man, and we just praying to the Lord and crying out to the Lord and complaining continually, man. Okay? We're tired, man. We're tired. It says to burn, hotly pursue, to kindle, inflame. Pursue, chase, kindle, persecute, inflame. Okay? That's what this devil does to our people. Verse 3, it says, for the wicked boosteth of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous whom the Lord hates. Okay? The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Check out this video.
You now make a point of that's an investment criteria for you.
Well, behaviors are going to have to change, and this is one thing we're asking companies. You have to force behaviors, and at BlackRock we are forcing behaviors. 54% of the incoming class are women. We added 4 more points in terms of diverse employment this year, and what we're doing internally is if you don't achieve these levels of impact, your compensation could be impacted. Okay, we're doing the same thing. And so it's just you have to force behaviors, and if you don't force behaviors, whether it's
force people to teach, force school corporations and businesses and entertainment industries to teach that kids can get sex changes. Okay? Force the acceptance of pedophilia. Force the acceptance of man with man and woman with woman, or a woman cutting off her private parts and taking puberty blockers to be a man, growing a beard. Everything that's against the Most High. We just ready to get out of here, man. Okay? Listen to this devil, man.
Gender or race or just any employment this year, and what we're doing internally is if you don't achieve these levels of impact, your compensation could be impacted. Okay, we're doing the same thing. And so it's just you have to force behaviors, and if you don't force behaviors, whether it's gender or race or just any way you want to say the composition of your team, you're going to be impacted. And that's not just not recruiting, it is development, as Ken said. And ultimately, it's still going to take time, but I am just as much shocked as Ken is that we have not seen more opportunities. We're going to have to force change.
We're going to have to force change, right? This is Psalms 52:2, and it says, thy tongue deviseth mischiefs like a sharp razor, working deceitfully. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Salah. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. Yahweh shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place, and root thee out of the land of the living. Salah. Shalom.